welcome back to the channel. It's Audrey, and today we are going to be talking about the mindset you should have after a breakup. So, you just got broken up with, or you just broke up with somebody, and your heart hurts, right? Yeah, that's what happens. I would say the first thing that you need to do is make healing your priority. So no hookups, no revenge, no rebounds. Just you, work, hobbies, health, sleep, self-care. Everything that is going to be good for you and you're going to look back on and be like, wow, I'm so glad that I did that in my healing journey. Those are the things you should be focusing on and prioritizing. Because now that you're single, you're going through this heartbreak, you've got a lot of time to pour into yourself. And so I think it's very important that you be intentional about what you're going to do with that time. Because 6 months from now, you could be in a completely different place than you are right now. But there's two routes you could go. You could go the route that is sleeping around, not taking the time to heal properly, and just really hurting your heart more because you're not giving yourself the time to heal. Or you could take the route that includes self-care, learning to love yourself, prioritizing things that make you happy. From experience, you're gonna wanna take the second route. It will make you feel better about yourself in the long run and better prepare you for your next relationship. I wanna talk about the 5 stages of grief. If you don't know what they are, they're denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. This technically has to do with if someone dies, but you are technically dealing with a loss. Even if this person is still alive, you're still gonna feel all the feelings, and that's why heartbreaks suck so bad. So the first one is denial. It just kind of means that you are processing that this is really happening. You might go to sleep one night, have a bad dream that you broke up, but wake up and realize that it's actually reality. When you're in denial, it's important to sit with your feelings and actually feel them, even though it sucks. Like, if you need to cry, you need to cry it out. You really need to get your feelings out. That's why we have feelings, so we can express them. It really does help with the healing process. With anger, you're gonna have your moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. Like, ugh, I hate them and all this stuff. But try pushing the pain and anger in the direction of something new, even if it's scary, because you don't grow when you're comfortable. So if you get mad, go to the gym. You don't even need to take pre-workout. If you're feeling envious or jealous of something you heard through the grapevine that they're doing, pour it into your work. Pour it into your self-care, your self-love, things that make you happy, instead of just sitting there and dwelling with things that you can't control. With bargaining, you're kind of making a deal with yourself. Okay, he doesn't want to be with me anymore. All right, then I'm going to do something that I've wanted to do for my whole life because I deserve this. Setting new goals for yourself to help you feel better. It does help in your healing journey if you have something to look forward to, or if you have something you're working towards. Depression, learning to be alone and getting used to the quiet. I think a very important part of healing, especially if you saw this person every day, you guys were literally like best friends, you spent every waking second together, it's important to learn to be alone again, because you used to have this presence in your life all the time, and now you don't. It's gonna feel weird, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but learning to be alone is so crucial to healing. Once you are alone, you figure out how to deal with your thoughts. It's just a huge part of growth. From a breakup, you are experiencing a loss. So you need to learn how to do life again. And things that seem self-explanatory are actually a lot harder than they seem, like learning to be alone again. It's so important that you just take the time and take it seriously. It's okay to take the time that you need. And acceptance. The pain does go away. Pain and grief come in waves, but gradually you will see the pain start to ease. Every day will get better. For the first couple weeks, it'll literally feel like hell. When a month comes around, you're gonna be like, wow, I've already been through a month of this. I can keep doing this. So you really just need to do the work, and it's hard. It's really hard to heal properly instead of going out and making your ex jealous and all this toxic bullshit. You will find yourself doing new things, smiling again, laughing again. In this time, if you do all these things, you will learn to make yourself happy and learn to make yourself feel loved, and realize that the only love that you really need is the love you have for yourself. And at the end of the day, the only person you really got is you. There is no deadline for healing. It's different for everyone. You can take as long or as little time as you feel you need to heal, but don't feel like you need to move on right away. Regardless, you should do what feels best for you because this is your healing journey. In this time, you should only worry about yourself, not what your ex is doing. You need to block them. Go watch this video if you're having a hard time looking at your ex's page or whatever. Never look at their page in your healing journey or even after the fact. When you break up with them, the best thing that you can do is block them. You don't need to see what they're doing. They might think that you're going to their page to check on them and see what they're doing and all this stuff, but in reality, you're not. So you really hold the power and the upper hand because you're like, nope, I don't mess with you anymore. You broke my heart. You don't deserve any more of my time or energy or thoughts. You don't deserve any space in my mind. Mind your own business for your own mental health. Work hard towards your dreams, passions, goals. Keep yourself busy. It really does help. Love yourself the way that you wish people would have loved you. All that time and energy that you used to pour into that other person, you now get to pour into yourself. Take advantage of it. Be selfish with your time, with your sleep schedule, with doing what you want to do. You used to go out of your way to do things to make your ex happy. Now go out of your way to do things that make you happy. Be intentional. Do you really want to learn from this experience and this relationship that you were in? If so, then you need to reflect on the good and the bad of the relationship. You need to reflect on what you will and will not tolerate in a future relationship. Notice your own faults and toxic habits and replace them with new and healthier habits. That way you can have a healthier relationship in the future. Experience freedom, travel, try new things that give you adrenaline. Be alive, feel fear and do things anyway. Smile, laugh, make new friends, rekindle old friendships. Live your life to the fullest. Singleness is a blessing, and the longer you are single, you will appreciate every second of singleness you get, especially if you've been in long-term relationships in the past. Having freedom does not mean that you're going out and sleeping around or kissing a lot of dudes or girls or whatever. It just means that you're learning to enjoy life without the presence of another human being. You get to decide what you do, when you do it, how you do it. And this is a huge part of self-love. You will have your times where you get sad and you see people with boyfriends and you're like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna get a boyfriend again? Or when am I gonna find my true love? If you see all these people getting engaged, married, having babies, just know that your time will come. But everything happens for a reason, and you can either learn from that relationship or you can take old patterns and old toxic habits with you into a new relationship. That's why it's so important to take the time to heal properly, so that way you can reflect on what those things were and throw them out the window. In the end, you really do want a healthy relationship. You need to do the work to make sure that you are ready for a healthy relationship. The last thing that I want to say about healing, the mindset that you should have after a breakup, is something that really helped me, and it was turning to God. I really started to grow my faith a lot during my ended engagement, the biggest heartbreak of my life up to this point. I decided that I wasn't going to heal in the ways that the world said it was normal. Going and hooking up with somebody, getting under someone else to try to get over him. I feel like I have done personally what I needed to do to heal. And I'm very proud of how I've healed and how far I've come and how much I've grown as a person because I took the time to do all these things, even though they sucked in the moment. Like learning to be alone, sitting with my thoughts and feelings, and feeling them. My relationship with God was a huge part of that. All glory to Him. Now I can honestly say that I'm so grateful I had that heartbreak. If I didn't have that heartbreak, I wouldn't have learned all of those crucial and essential things that I'm taking with me in the future. God knows what you need and when you need it. Whenever you feel alone and you turn to God, you're not alone. He's right there with you. He empathizes with you. He knows what you're feeling. Even when you don't have the words to say it, He loves you. And God's love remains constant when other people's love doesn't. If you can turn the pain you're feeling into a fire for Jesus, He will bless you. He works for the good of those who love Him. And if you stay faithful to Him and heal with Him, He will bless the latter part of your life more than the former, twofold. You just have to trust that God has better in store for you, and that this thing that happened to you in your life, you will appreciate that it happened. And you will see and realize that God had a plan all along. Even though I'm still single, I have healed, and I haven't found the reason why that relationship didn't work out, but all of the things I've done in my life since then are stepping stones to what God actually has in store for me. And I'm grateful for every one of those stepping stones. I would say that's my biggest tip for the kind of mindset you should have after a breakup. The more that you indulge yourself in healing, the more that you will love yourself and love the process and love your routines. Waking up early, reading the Bible, working out, eating healthy, doing things that truly ignite a love for yourself. If we can't love ourselves, we will never be able to love people. And we won't know what to expect when asking people to love us. That is how I healed. That is what I think is healthy to do after a breakup, and the mindset I think you should have. If this video helped you, make sure to like, don't forget to subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at 𝐷rey.plucinski. I make little snippet videos of these advice videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you later, babes. Bye!